Inside edge. Certainly sounded like two noises. No, leg by. There's the coach, Darren Lehman.
Straight, just short of a length, so it's very difficult to wait for and hit hard. Have a look down the left column at the Australian side. Australia have got an attack that will suit these conditions too, I think. Doherty, McKay, Faulkner, Maxwell and Watson. All bowlers with crafty change-ups. 7 for 187. Coulter-Nile was ready.
It's a good length when you enjoy hitting down the ground. That is the perfect length for you. It's hit nicely as well. So, saved his team some runs. 12 from it. The first time Australia have had a double-digit over. And with 3 to go, good timing for that. 7 for 199. They'll need that 220. And that might be really hard to chase down. If they can bowl in the same areas, they'll always back the Aussie fieldsmen to back up the bowlers with make over the top of the offside. And that's how the Faulkner is able to hit the winning runs at the gather. 200 up.
To do for a bowler is to adapt to see what the batsman's doing and then just followed him out towards the leg stump there. If he Faulkner had stayed still, it would have been a wide down the leg side, but he followed him well.
Yeah, can he jump inside one? Check if Jordan's going to follow him and jump inside and get the wide.
Anything firmly into the offside, if it hits the gap, it'll race away for 4. Coulter-Nile happy to try and go with an angle into it. Football comes around, that will be turfed right to the edge of the stand, and there'll be a longer boundary next season. Just stay with 1. That was hit firmly. A little bit off that, and that was 2. Maybe short of where he wanted to be. So the rhythm's there, and he's gone for 29. This is his 9th over. Good stuff. Good bowling again. Each delivery exactly where he wants it. England side, they need 1 win to secure it. He's gone to the gap. It doesn't pierce it.
Here to finish this over.
So just a reminder that the women's teams will be playing for the men in the T20s and the internationals. They will be it's almost another one of those Coulter bowls. We'll try to reenact it at the Wacker. The opting from 22. Another opportunity for a quick reaction from the bowler. Bresnan could have got a Coulter bowl as well. Yeah, stark contrast, isn't it, with the field setting? The other over, you had the ring on the offside, everyone on the on, and here there's only 1 back on the onside. So
I think he's going to come down Main Street towards the stumps.
That's right. It means he's got a bowl wide of off stump.
Soon.
So he will pick the man out. So Bresnan at the moment getting the ball where he wants it. Well, they'll push hard for 2. It's tip and run at the moment. There's 2
Of 4 balls so far this over.
very close, maybe just home.
Coulter-Nile, and he plugged in the soil, but he gets there.
Nice. Lousy. Lousy. In fact, so far in, you often wonder why the umpire takes it upstairs. It was good judgment. So one ball remaining in the 49th over. We're yet to see a six. So Bresnan doing a good job. That finishes 10 overs for him. 1 for 51. His figure 7 for 214. That's the dry area, the hill here at the Adelaide Oval. And still grassed area for the spectators to sit, which is wonderful. Adelaide Oval, we've seen big change over the years, but for the most part they've stayed with the same look and feel of the ground. Final over, Jordan to bowl it. Another low full toss, so you can see that the low full toss is pretty handy.
Yeah, I'm mixed and matched a fair bit. You can see Coulter-Nile there, right across his stumps. Good bowling from Jordan. But Faulkner, he's given himself some room on it over the leg side.
Yeah, come on, 6. Let's see one.
Oh no, I don't know the batsman. Fell to win 2 nights ago. Oh, has he got enough on it? He hasn't. And Faulkner attempting to hit the first 6 of the innings. Perishes in the deep.
Probably Chris Jordan's worst ball. Faulkner probably couldn't believe it. He gets a high full toss, having dug out quality Yorkers and low full tosses for half an hour. He gets that right in his zone and he hits it. Hits it. The English team are very confident, very happy to see the back of Faulkner. They're in a tight huddle, enjoying themselves. 8 for 215.
He'll be disappointed with that. Jordan will be very happy. He deserves a wicket. He's bowled very well today. Probably not exactly where he was trying to execute that particular ball, but that's the game of cricket. Sometimes you get a wicket when you don't quite execute how you want to.
Yeah, I just wonder how much the field that Cook has employed has just gotten to the head of Faulkner on this occasion. He's seeing that everyone's up on the offside. He's probably premeditating something through or over the top, and then he gets something that he would normally just smash away over the top of the onside fieldsman. So whether he's in two minds, I don't know, that it was a miss hit. Carried a long way still. Clint McKay. He's back in the side. He played the first 2, then was dropped for the last 2, and he's back.
He can hit a long ball, but you're right, that ball did carry a lot of distance, caught right on the fence, and you can see how high it hit on the bat. Hit right up near the stickers, and it's just amazing.
Same field. Coulter-Nile on strike.
Out. Yes, it is. What a good finish here from Jordan. The death bowling has been brilliant. Jordan is on a hat-trick.
143 k's an hour. Coulter-Nile way over in front of his stumps. Jordan sneaks through. It's fast enough to cannon in the front pad, then back pad. It would have been middle. It's a big wicket. It's a hat-trick. Hat-trick coming up. Maybe.
Well, sounds like you think it's going to be. Well, there's one thing. It's not a bad time to be bowling. 2 balls remaining. And you know the batsmen are coming out to try and smash it. So
certainly a great way to keep this score down. Get wickets. Middle and leg. Coulter-Nile just beaten by pace. Not quite sure what he was going to get, whether it's going to be a wide Yorker, a low full toss, a bouncer. Jordan has been quality. 9.4 overs, 2 for 35.
Looking forward to the run chase. There's the first wicket in the opportunity for a hat-trick. It was Faulkner, miss hit. Can you believe it? And then plum LB, Coulter-Nile. So Jordan, a real talent. Low impersonation.
Low, come on.
Oh, it's slick. It's all about getting the hat-trick. We don't overdo it before the delivery. So, Chris Jordan gets an opportunity. Xavier Doherty plays it nicely for one. Go on, Clint. Just 1 6 in the innings. There's only one ball to do it. Here we go. Oh, no. And run out nearly. So they're thinking of just continuing to run, just cause. They'll finish the 50th over Australia with 1 wicket in hand and a total of 217. Is that enough?
You'd suspect not, but it's an old-fashioned run show. It has been defended before. A run chase, I mean. 217 can be defended, but Australia need to be good.
All right, well, we'll take off, have some dinner. We'll see you back.
Sights and sounds of summer and of Australia Day. The owners return. The one-day series is secured, but England are making a fight of things in the final 2 games, having won the whacker the other day. It made life difficult for the Australians today. Here's Clint McKay at the wide ball to start with, surely. Australia 217, 9 down. George Bailey, the only person to truly get in and make something of the conditions. Sean Marsh played okay at the top of the order before he chipped one mid-wicket. Matthew Wade did quite well, as did James Faulkner, but as I say, only Bailey really getting to grips with the conditions. The pitch just a little slower than we might have thought. We had a look at it before play today, just 14 fours in the innings. That was the sum total of boundaries for the Australians, who found it very difficult against a tidy England attack. Much the best of the bowlers, Stuart Broad with 3 for 31. A great credit to Chris Jordan, who improves with each match, 2 for 37. 3 for 43 for Ben Stokes, who's a fine, no question. And a wicket there for Tim Bresnan. All in all then, 218 for England to win it and save a little more face. Out there in the middle. Oh, Wade just... Clint McKay has made life difficult for Alistair Cook early in the series, and he's missed a couple of games. Now he's back. Cook is out there with Ian Bell, and England need 218.
Score. It'll be a battle to get past it. I'll be wide as well. So those games we sort of haven't seen for a long, long time. Now you get
A lot better than when it's about 15 to 20 overs old. But at the moment, Clint McKay.
And back to the umpire.
Hitting the ball crisply.
He's taken 14 wickets. None of us could really understand. He's no cricketer of the year not so long ago. Bowled well in the first couple of games, and then found himself watching on.
We've seen that a fair bit today. Well struck shots, finding field strike to Nathan Coulter-Nile. Well, there is swing there, but neither man seems able to control it.
Tail way in the end where this bounces. It's a long way short of the keeper.
Yeah, and just that lack of bounce suggests that the 217. Where did that ball go anyway? There's one missing this morning. Has anyone found it?
Funny summer for Ian Bell.
Form to the game. Might be playing in the 2020s.
given that these side boundaries are short at the Adelaide Oval, to have a one-day international without a six-hit, particularly in this era of the game, is
high and over the infield. Just sliced off the blade of Bell, and there we go, the short boundary coming into play. And it's the first boundary of the innings. Really a good controlled stroke.
go to the Grand Prix itself.
Oh, that's really difficult.
Oh, that's safe too. A little bit of movement.
High quality international batsmen in this game who have all battled with it. And there's an example. The ball just stays in the pitch a bit. It's not quite coming on, and therefore you see shots like that.
Slow pitches don't help you.
There's a lovely stroke. Really sensible batting for Bell. He's set himself up to just try to cash in anything. It is a little over-pitched. He reckons that's his best chance.
This is what England didn't do with the ball, was provide opportunities like that. It's a leg stump half volley. Great discipline with the ball earlier on today, England. Australia are going to need it if they're going to defend a small total, 217.
Four gone, none for 15. He had a required rate of 4.4 on paper. England should win this match. But it's the sort of pitch where if you lose it... Play.
Good strike. Bell starting.
And you made a really good point this morning, Slats, that the...
It's clever. Played very late. Bell's as good a player of what you might call the old-fashioned back cut as anybody in there.
And you'll notice that he started outside of his crease, so the way he's also trying to temper this pitch is to get closer. Most deliveries, this time he's back in the crease. And he's just moving around, and that's not a bad way to go. No wicket for 18.
They're trying to make it 4-1 on Australia Day, thus completing 9 victories over England in 10 matches played throughout this summer. Indeed, because of that new stand that can't be occupied by spectators as yet. It's the best day of the year for Australia to win.
He's worth the price of admission.
He keeps wanting to hit that ball from Coulter-Nile wide.
Said is to be punching down a lot straighter than you normally would.
And Clark, knowing that, has set his middle start. A wonderful stroke. Nothing better than back foot drives.
Young people and who they should maybe mirror their game on, you'd do a hell of a lot worse than batting exactly the way Ian Bell does. He gets side on at the crease, very well balanced, his feet are very good, beautiful bat swing. He does a lot of things right.
Oh, it's out. Yeah, had to be. Good catch by Aaron Finch. Real boost for the Australians.
Disappointment for England now that Bell, who was looking so good, is on his way. It's just the 3-card trick on these sort of decks where it's not fully up there. The whacker, that would have gone back down to the ground, but because it's Adelaide, it's slow in the air. Finch did the rest. It's 1 for 23.
Everybody else, we continue here with Clint McKay bowling to Alistair Cook.
Probably a little adjustment required in terms of what was happening on the onside, but it's come off smashing square drive, cut in, Finch's the catcher. This is how pitch has been playing. Not going right over, not keeping along the ground. And if you pick a fielder out, you're on your way.
I had the impression he was trying to...
He'll be really disappointed personally. And an unbelievable Ashes series in England, where he was the difference between the two sides. England didn't have Ian Bell. I'm not sure they would have won the series, to be honest. He was the difference in pretty much all of the games.
Oh, a little noise. That's why Matthew Wade's interested. Whether on the ball pad, whether we're all a man.
That's what they were looking at. Did it flick a bit of the thigh pad or the pad on the way through? Or were they just appealing to try and avoid the wide?
They would signal the wide at the end. So, didn't hear anything there. Here we find out. No. Nothing. Oh, just short of the man for the wicket. Oh. That's how tight it is out there.
It is, and it's so hard as a batsman to get going. And again, you've just come from the whacker where the ball's flying through, it's bouncing more than anticipate. It's got pace on it. And here you've got no pace and the ball's staying down. Getting it round.
Back here, it's Ben Stokes. On 25. For England, plenty of deliveries, 258 of them. There's Faulkner starts, that'll be a 2. He's got third man very square for more of a cut shot than a glide. And Cook does well. Catching men in front of the batsman. Catching cover, catching mid-wicket. Trying to stop those singles, but Cook once again was good enough.
His heels are quite crusty, this pitch. The ball tends to spin on a little bit more at night.
Yeah, you're right. I play, but we'll wait and see. It still looks like it's tough going for the Englishman out here, and Alistair Cook looks like he's wanting to be there for the majority of these innings.
Yes. Just look at that shot. Looks like a UFO, doesn't it? Spider cam. Look at it. If you were looking at that for the first time, you'd think there's a UFO up there.
An insect on your television screen.
Oh, it's moving along there.
How does it do that? You may ask. It is unbelievable technology. It's hit the pad, going down leg. It's a pretty confident appeal. You can see Matthew Wade has already moved down leg.
Bailey got to 50. And even England here with this new ball, you see that's going to dart down the leg side. That's a fair decision, but no one's really got used to the pace.
And Michael Clark's got a very straight field set. It's England 1 for 29.
Cook and Stokes trying to keep that white line above the yellow one. See regular intervals, dismissals of the Australians along the yellow line. Way too many.
Those two areas for a little catch.
Balls. When he went for the big shot, got out. Just like that. Just like that. Now England in trouble. Stokes takes 5 balls, goes nowhere, plays the one big shot and finds a fieldsman. So England going a similar vein to Australia's batting.
Clint McKay, 4.5 overs. Now it's 1 for 15. We've seen it time and time again. The ball hitting low on the bat. And the man's there to take the catch. It's Sean Marsh. 2 for 29.
And more pressure now goes on to Alistair Cook. The way he's playing, he looks like he wants to be there for the long ball. The man that England can bat around. Now he has to, almost.
What's he going to do in the mid-strength? No, mid-series. Tidy start by McKay.
It's a bit of a plan.
Oh, that's edge, didn't carry. He could have had 3. It's been a popular shot, that late cut, on this slowing Adelaide pitch. As soon as you get some width.
Once again, there's no carry. That's the problem. It's not consistent. I wonder if did he edge this down? Not really. It just didn't carry. It's almost the toe of the bat, and it doesn't carry.
He's way too far back, Heels.
I'm not sure. He has a tendency of taking the ball reasonably low, about knee height, and he's a short man, so possibly he can push up. Joe Root can't get that gap. Faulkner continues his first over, just 3 runs. It's very stifling line and length. It's straight. He's trying to create something and get some power and find Sean Marsh.
Yeah, I was just talking about Michael Clark's dismissal in the first innings. Michael Clark made 8, couldn't get a big shot away. He played a similar shot. We got an inside edge. And he had inside edge back onto his stump. So even though Clark was bowled and Stokes was caught, it was a similar mode of dismissal in that they were both looking to play big shots. Here's Clark looking to get something away. It wasn't quite there. Little bottom edge back onto the stumps. Same with Stokes. Got to get moving. Got to get something happening. Probably a little bit full to pull. Hits it all right, but picks the fielder out.
Alistair Cook's playing that shot very well. He seems to be okay with the pace of the pitch. He's finding the middle of the... Faulkner around the wicket as well. That's the angle he's looking to create. There's the 2 men.
It's Faulkner.
Cut shot. Root's showing some intent. That's for sure. He's charged 1 ball there from Faulkner. Hit it well, but to the next big quality by the Australian bowlers from here on in. That's what England produced. And Australia have started the numbers of white lines, the ones square of the wicket, the dominant shot. Just 27 runs down the ground. That's what Root's trying to do, but he can't get at the bowling either. And I reckon the England side, as we mentioned, statistically it's the same. I think the scoring zones will be the same.
There it is, no runs down the ground at all. Lots of runs behind points, a little dab shot or a cut shot. It's about where the boundaries have come from. Apart from that, it's just working the ball square of the wicket, mainly in singles.
Oh, outside edge to 3rd man, goes for 32, down on the ground. We've got
Zola, well not quite, but Clint McKay and Alistair Cook at Clint McKay. And that's going to go for 4, mate. Thank you very much on behalf of everyone in Australia for your great involvement with cricket.
It's an unusual shot, isn't it? I thought when he first played it was like a pull shot, but it was more of a flick. It's a pull shot with a straight bat. So we've seen quite a few leading edges already, but as you say, Heels, Alistair Cook seems to have the pace of this pitch better than most.
That's what they've got to guard against. Floating it up. Root on strike. Joe Root on strike. James Faulkner. He gets that over the infield. The man that's been placed for the catch. He finds the rope.
Good batting there from Root. People at home might be wondering why Joe Root is using his feet to some balls and not to other balls. And it's exactly for this reason. Trying to get James Faulkner to change his length. When he skips down the pitch, Faulkner just wants to bowl nice and straight. First-class bowling at the stumps, making it difficult to score. But by using his feet and coming pitch...
Have a look where he finishes here. The tendency is to go to the right, and he's trying to hang in there, but he doesn't really. He ends up right in the middle of the danger zone, thinking he might have had a close dismissal. He's got to stay off the pitch this over. St Peter's Cathedral, a little more hidden these days. It's not from that shot, that's for sure, but when you're sitting in the ground, this stand that you'll see coming into play on the right of screen is not allowing as open a view of those steeples, spires. Sir Edwin Smith, Sir Donald Bradman Pavilion, the chapel stands on the western side of the ground.
After a test match win against India up there.
Good work, us.
There wasn't too many workers at that stage, but we did spill a bit of beer on the It's been pretty hot up there today, boys.
Root looking to push for 2. He's not going to make it. Hustling. He's keen. Keen to play at the right intensity. Stay with his captain. 12 overs are now gone. 2 for 44.
In this innings, we've seen him throughout the summer.
Yes, Keys.
You can see it's obviously gone away. And actually, might be Graham Thorpe who's the batting coach.
Yes, Keys.
I just had a word and said, mate, come on, got it.
Has found the field at both those 2 deliveries. The shots were good, but he hasn't been able to find that gap. So 3 balls for 1 single so far.
Cook's instinct will be to hit to that side, hit to that onside with the spin.
Oh, yeah, Keys.
That way, and that's why there's 2 out there. There's 2 out there protecting squarish part of that boundary. The bowl, and keep an eye on how they're going to play. So the plan B might have to come into play.
Spinning away from him. A little bit harder to keep those to put those right. Yes, Cheezel.
Part of the world. South Australia, the city of Adelaide. So we dive down into a hot and dry part of the world, but I tell you what, when you get into this beautiful city, there's plenty to enjoy. Parklands all around. You go down the centre of town, of course. Need to speak to James Packer and get a crown built here somewhere. It's the only thing that's missing, but this new stadium is absolutely sensational. You've got the eastern suburbs away to the left. We were there last night at the Bath Hotel on the parade. Beautiful. You cannot but enjoy coming here. The golf courses are superb. The wine's the best anywhere in the world. And this cricket ground is already great and getting better.
Oh! There you go. JB. The flyover with JB. It's JB Tools. Down the live. I had a year here at the Cricket Academy. Bigger, you probably did as well. You had 2 years down here.
Yes, Dave.
For me, coming from Wagga Wagga, it was like moving to a bigger country town, really, in the atmosphere of the people and the way you get around the joint. Sensation.
Yeah, it's a great spot. I used to work here at Adelaide Oval, funnily enough.
Did you?
You can call it that.
What were you doing?
Not much.
Did you ever operate the scoreboard?
Yeah, I had a couple of kip sessions up. It's a beautiful oval.
Where did you live when you were here at the academy?
I was down at Henley Beach.
Right.
Yeah, down at Del Monte. Great part of the world. Not great when you go swimming there.
Some big fish down here as well. One sliced away. Clint McKay under pressure in the deep. This time he keeps it to 1. 2 for 90. Partnership 61, a good one for England. They are on track to chase these down. As that one smashed into the ground. Now, England got the game in hand. Not home by any means, but they've got it. Australia are sort of where they want them, really. They need some wickets. And that's been Cook's go.
Timing of the shots. He will hang back, as will Root. Both hang back in the crease.
Just the lack of pace and change of pace, and it's sliced away, and Michael Clarke feels that ball. It's in the air. Bailey, has he? Oh, yes, he has. George Bailey, good catch. Coming forward. That's what they need in Australia. 4 dot balls. Pressure building on the captain. And just holds up off the pitch, and Bailey does the rest.
He's been so hard to get away, Coulter-Nile. Drags him forward. The slice is on again, and Bailey does well. Moving quickly and low to his left. The pattern of the day continues. Alistair Cook looked the best batsman going around, but he too is out for 39.
Wicket or 2 that Australia needed, and Coulter-Nile and George Bailey have delivered it. This man's a danger man for them, though. He's a good player, Owen Morgan. Loves a fight. 600s he's got. Average of 41, strike rate of 86. That's good. Here's Coulter-Nile. Straight away he's off the marks, but he does well. Works the ball around nicely. 3 for 91. Because again, it is just not coming on that ball. Bailey does it nicely. Judges it well. Comes forward. It's not an overly tough catch, but it certainly isn't when you judge it. But that's what he did, George Bailey. Picked it up early.
Especially him.
Like it, Chiefs.
He's proven solid.
It's often the better game, I think, in one-day cricket. When the scores aren't too big. Well, often you get scores up over 300, although we saw a couple the other night with James Tredwell. It's a good shot there. Good improvisation, got a couple there. Yeah, but quite often when your side makes 300 plus, it's so difficult for the side batting second that you don't necessarily get a great...
And they keep those meaning so that the easy singles aren't there. That one, that man, you see there's tempting you to go over.
Good running, good call. Really good call. He knows he's quick. So was Bailey, but he placed it so well, did Morgan.
He's got to be careful with these fielders. The sharp Australia. He's got a scamper on there, Morgan.
Yes, infield pressure. So not only preventing singles, but putting pressure on the ones you do take.
This time, maybe this time. Oh, that would have had him. George Bailey would have had him this time. That was not a good call. Joe Root knows it too. He got away with one there. Direct hit, he was gone. 3 for 95.
The fence, so the only time this really pays dividends is when you've either got third man up or final leg up or both. On this occasion, they're both back. So 1, 2, unless you really get it well. Huge risk physically and as far as your wicket's concerned for not enough of a return. Yeah, bowling. He can play, this man. He can seriously bat. And he's taking this game away from Australia single-handedly at the moment.
Yeah, another good shot there from Morgan. He's the only batsman in the whole game that's been able to have a strike rate of over 100. The only one that's been able to hit the ball down the ground. Saw Joe Root the over before trying to paddle over the wicket-keeper. Morgan's going the straighter route, having success doing it.
Man, the only plus...
Yeah, I spoke to him before the game today and said, oh, batting so well, it's been great to watch. Like it stayed a little bit low. Yeah, I suppose he hasn't been scratchy at all. He's been absolutely belting him in this one-day series. That one did stay a little bit low. No edge there, I don't think, though. I still think England will be nervous. They are in control of this game, but they can't afford to lose a wicket or two here. That'll put a lot of pressure on them, and Australia will feel like they're still in the game. And that's where he's so good. He's got his areas where he can find a boundary, but then he gets off strike, and he can get...
Oh, Joe Root gets all of that, and it bounces into that young man's hands. Good shot to finish the over. 3 for 131. Inland Beach, Grange. We talked about Adelaide, what a great spot it is, and the quality of the golf courses. There's some good stuff between where that camera is and that bit of water. Royal Adelaide, Kooyonga, Grange, all fantastic.
Yes. Where did you play?
Kooyonga.
Still a member?
Well, reciprocal.
Oh, Morgan's got that.
Tight. Umpire's going to have a look.
The bat can bounce in when you're doing the slide, and it can be off the deck, but no, that's absolutely fine. How's your golf going, by the way?
Giving myself a temporary holiday.
Really? Well, that's not good. Is it
Time, and I've found a way to make it worse.
Come on, you were saying you play off 6.
got some of the best gear going around as well. It certainly looked like it.
All the gear, no idea, as the saying goes. Swept fine, pick up a couple. C-Max had some work to do out there today. The big man rumble after this. He's had lots of work to do out there today. Clint McKay. Full toss. He's got some of it. Enough of it. Xavier Doherty was going back. Always just over his head.
Ball, and he's got the length all wrong here. Full toss, and Joe Root got it right on the toe. Just managed to get it over Doherty.
It's today.
Hit that better. Got all of that. And all the way. So 50 for Joe Root, brought up with the maximum. Good performance. 342. 76 required from 17 overs. And most importantly, 7 wickets in hand. So Australia have got work to do. It's a good shot from Joe Root. We've seen him chunk a couple, but that one came right out of the middle and all the way.
It's been a very tough tour for all England batsmen, but particularly Joe Root. He was thrown into that number 3 position, which is vital for any team. He's a young man who just couldn't get things going, but tonight a few things have clicked, and for him finishing up the one day with the opportunity and scoring a 50 is a bit of a breakthrough. Well done.
Thornton now into the attack as Michael Clark brings the
Innings of the tour. Just go out there and enjoy it, play my shots, have a good time, and it's worked out well for him.
Thornton has taken 9 wickets in this one-day international series. Clark 52 from 57 balls. They're playing very well. At least one.
It's Gillespie, I don't know.
Pulled hard. Coulter-Nile did a good job, got across very well, cut it off.
Well, I can't go near the ground, and Max Kruger never works like that.
Well played. Just dragged it down enough to...
Wasn't a gentleman.
The sixes were all over you again, weren't they? We call him the Thunder the Drizzle.
KC trivia, who's taken the most wickets? One-day internationals at the Adelaide Oval. The answer is our man, the blonde bomber, Brett Lee. 23 wickets at 20.45.
Yeah, it's a good effort at a ground that's always been known as a batting track. He's always steamed in. Oh, geez, fresh there. He hasn't aged too badly either. Well, that's a steal. I mean, that's some serious pace there. That's back live. That's a caught down at third man and an LBW where it pitched outside leg. So there's a couple of freebies. There we go, Billy swallowing one. Look at the pace.
Reverse swing there too. It's pumped up.
That's the list. You were right with Glenn McGrath, and you were nearly right with Shane Warne. Edged away, an instant call of 2. He's going to come back.
Got that ball shaping away from the right hander. And he held a magnificent line and length.
The only thing we didn't see from that archive vision of B. Lee was good early call. Got to get rid of Owen Morgan, Australia. 3 for 148. Twitter handle?
No, for anyone. We've only got 7 minutes on in this thing.
So
Anyway, join the convoy. It won't take that long. Tweeting only takes a couple of seconds. What have you got for these two? By way of a question.
don't remove yourself from that.
Compulsory power play. England's power play. Faulkner with the ball. Slashed away for 4. Such a dangerous batsman.
The power plays have a habit of making things happen. It's either quick runs or it can quite often pick up a couple of wickets. Perfect start for England. Getting that boundary away in the first ball of the over. Australia need 2 wickets here, 2 new faces at the crease. Definitely need Morgan, but Joe Root doing a good job at the other end as well. They need both of these guys.
Amazing how Morgan has been able to tame this pitch. He's the only one, as you say, Huss, has been able to get that strike rate of 100 and at times well above 100, so 39 from 39. He's been probably the most versatile batsman in the series. I wonder if he's in the running for man of the series, even though England are losing overall. If they win tonight and go 3-2 down, can he get man of the series? He's probably been the batsman for me.
Well, he can in my book, and I was only thinking earlier to myself, if England win this match and go down 3-2, Australia will think back and be very thankful to James Faulkner for that unbelievable innings at the Gabba, where England should have won that game. England would have won the series if they had won that match.
All close.
So close to the off-stump. That was too tight to cut, particularly when the ball's
In field and often over the fence. Down he comes, out he goes. Here we go. The wicket Australia needed. Watson took the catch very comfortably.
That's a big moment for Australia. Anything can change now. Get the new batsman out there and they can play a real catch-up game. England only needing 64 from 86, but the informed batsman now gone. England 4 for 154.
It's the last we'll see of that. Out to the west, the sun sets. Last Carlton mid one-day international, and suddenly it's just ignited a little because Owen Morgan, who was so dangerous, 39 from 39 before he received that ball, smashed it straight to Watson, who took the catch well. Papara is out in the middle. See this wicket. You need to take a look at the reaction of the bowler, James Faulkner.
Here's the power play again. It's amazing how it can bring runs or it can bring wickets. This is a big wicket for Australia. It's game on here. Australia can now pick up Joe Root at the other end and get 2 new batsmen to the crease. Having to start on a pitch that's not easy. Just starting to tighten the screws on England, and will they panic a bit?
Very good over. Start of the power play brings a wicket for Australia, 4 for 154. It will really tighten up in the English dressing room. Coulter-Nile now. It's a single. So, in a shot here of that wicket, I want you to have a look at the reaction of James Faulkner, the bowler. Down he comes, and look at James. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's the way they used to do it, wasn't it? There's a wicket. Maybe just a little soft clap. Get on with it. It wasn't the reaction from Morgan. He didn't believe he shouldered straight to Watson. Just slows everything.
Papara just looking to defend to start with. It's got to be positive.
Let's have a look at all the wickets if you're just joining us from this England innings. Ian Bell was the first to go. A lot of batsmen have been caught in the infield in this game. The surface hasn't been as true as we sometimes expected here in Adelaide. He's the first one to go, Fink's the catcher.
Stokes was the next man. And
This was a 6-ball duck. Plays the pull shot. And you'll notice with a lot of these dismissals, players not being able to use added bounce. So hitting very much to fieldsmen, and that was a ball that didn't get on to Cook. Another start for him, 39, 3 for 90 at that stage.
And then you saw Owen Morgan just a moment ago, who batted really well and looked very, very dangerous, advancing straight to Shane Watson, who has a very good pair of hands. And he took that really well. So just now a hint for Australia that there's so much danger with Butler, of course, to come next. But they get into Bresnan, Broad, Jordan, Tredwell, you never know.
Yeah, just looking at that Morgan dismissal, with him using his feet to Faulkner, he almost got a bit too close to the ball. So he couldn't quite get the elevation he needed to get it over mid-off.
End of the over, 2 coming from it.
Back in it. 157, that's exactly what they need to do. False shot there. Just rolls it down, a very simple catch there, O'Dowie. He's pumped. He's so excited. He's got the big wicket. Straight on the comeback here. England 5 for 157. Joe Root departs.
Else, but certainly something that demands close attention from 2 new batsmen. But Farah's faced 10 balls, has 2. Joss Butler has come out of the middle and taken guard. We saw him strike the ball beautifully on fast pitch at the whacker. What's he got for a slow pitch? Faulkner's got his tail up. Hint of movement, clever changes of pace, and he's forced Joe Root into an error. It's 5 for 157. What will this mean for the match? Root takes his eye off the ball there. The problem in terms of the shot selection is there's no issue for England about runs. The way to lose the game is by losing wickets, so to give one away is a cardinal sin. England need 5 and over, which in one-day cricket is, well, it's regarded as a straightforward effort. Now, of course, it's a very different thing because as the
This is a good move, this in the slow going. Deep backward square leg at the moment. So he's telling him, all right, I'm giving.
a lot of empty seats because people have left the ground assuming a comfortable England win. 2 wickets, Morgan and Root, who appear to be guiding England across the line. They've gone.
All I can say is never back against the Australians, especially on Australia Day. They want it. This guy wants it on TV right now. Michael Clark, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening here in Adelaide. What a great opportunity to come back and win this match.
They're at 61 now, England off 68, so already we're getting back to a stage where we're towards a run of ball. It's like that old-fashioned sort of game that we talked about. Once you got over a run of ball, you started to get a little bit more concerned. We often talk about 8 and over these days as achievable, but that's on good, fast, flat pitches. This one's not a bad one, it's just slow. Hitting the boundary has been tough all day for both sides.
That's a maiden from Xavier Doherty. Yep, even the crowd are buzzing now. 5 for 157. Joss Butler's on strike. Okay, he'd have made that. Every one of those really matters for lots of reasons. Rotate the strike, just get some energy and purpose going. You've got to play like you mean it here. You've got to be looking to score at every ball. Another look at Joe Root's dismissal. Not that he'll want another look.
I was thinking the same thing. Roll the videotape, please, is what Joe Root will be saying. It's one of those ones where he shovels it over the keeper's head and goes for 4. It's a great piece of improvisation. Gets on the gloves, and all of a sudden it's one of the world's worst shots, isn't it?
Just love the look on Michael Clark's face there. You beauty, he said.
See how well Michael Clark has staggered the field now. There's really nowhere for a single on the offside unless you had the courage to run it. But to open the blade against a left-arm bowler coming around the wicket and bowling in at you. Difficult thing to do. You see, there's one there, there's one back.
And it's now 60 off 62 balls there. That's the required runs.
Something extraordinary here. 5-over power play. Might be caught. It's difficult. It's high. It's over the shoulder. They're the tough ones. They're unlucky ones. Shane Watson has such good hands. You feel for him, but you know these things turn games. 5 for 160. He goes. The sprint is on. His eye is on the ball. The ball is just stretching beyond him. It's just too much for him. Ends up no more than 10 metres from the boundary, and he was at orthodox mid-on. Look, far right there. Both teams after 40 overs, 5 for 160. England's 5-over power play worth just 11 runs and costing 2 wickets. Joe Root on strike now to Xavier Doherty. It's not Joe Root, it's Josh Butler. Easy to get.
It was probably a yard quicker. It's nice to get down the ground for a single. Someone who was a little bit quicker because it was all about could he get there. And in the end, Watson gave it everything. He went well, he went quickly. They're all willing him in the background. They get there, one more step. And, oh no. You can see the crowd, the hands are on the head. So close.
Yeah, he was at the blocks quickly, wasn't he? Flying out of the blocks, and they're always one of the hardest catches to get.
Good running, good running. They just caught Shane Watson napping there at long off. Just a little slow to get to the ball, and England cruised the first part of this, look, and then suddenly they see a chance. It's Josh Butler who does have an urgency about him. He works out that there's 2 in it. That's bad ball. Forced by the footwork in the previous ball. A little bit of the pressure released for England.
Yeah, certainly. It's a fresh release, all right. That's a great way to get the momentum swinging back in the way of England. It's a good shot there by Bo Para. It's got the knack of just turning short balls into boundary balls.
Even that one though, it was almost off the toe of the bat. It was certainly a bad delivery. It was dragged down, and Para, I reckon, people thought he was going to get a chance to hit a 6, but still he had it kept a bit low, didn't it? Just watch this, we'll see where he hits this. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not quite as high up, it hasn't bounced as much as he thought. You can see he lands just outside the circle. That's why this wicket's been hard to battle.
This is a very good over for England. As soon as the power play ends, isn't that odd? England take 10 off the over, 5 for 170. Right, there's a big tower to the right there. That's the over that England have just faced, whereas the previous 5-over period and the 2 overs before that were hard graft. Michael Clarke chopping and changing his attack now. Shane Watson coming back into it. He has figures of 4 overs for 23.
I was just thinking this is a bit of what with Alan Border captaincy here. Alan Border used to always say to the bowlers, they dropped off at that catch. I'm for a minute being critical. I thought he gave it everything. There's nothing he would love better to be the person to make the breakthrough. He said he hasn't had a great game. Still reasonably comfortable. Australia need to have that the other way around. More runs than balls left.
You put a wicket or 2 on top of that.
To the game at the same time wouldn't be easy.
Some more tweets coming in.
Careful on that product placement, haven't you?
It was either that or ugly, and I thought Bing is a bit better.
Keep your eye on New Zealand though, they're playing all right also, I reckon. They're dark horse for New Zealanders.
A glorious sunset in Adelaide and an interesting cricket match developing. 45 runs for England to win it. Saved a bit more face after their win in Perth. 48 balls to be received. Bradley Bopara has 13. Jos Buttler has 5. And here's Nathan Coulter-Nile at the attack. Oh, that's got to be very quick. Been out of it. Been out by a yard, I reckon. George Bailey, the fielder.
And he was onto it too quickly. Was George Bailey. He was created an opportunity but needed to hit. They're the little moments we're talking about when you've got a small run chase. This makes a big difference. If he hits here and Butler's out, wow. See there, he's got him. He's got him if he can hit. Would have been a massive change in the game right there.
Quickly, tell you what, he flew the ball. Just missed by an inch.
Interesting test for Butler here, who's known for his
Go against his natural game though.
Oh, that's out. You wouldn't believe it. Just Butler's out now. Now they'll go to the Aussies. Now they'll like what they see. And now they have sent a tremor through that England dressing room.
The old commentator's curse. Got him again. Just when they thought they were about to get on top. Fences down the wicket, gets it out of the middle. Slides McKay down there. Big C-Mac. Takes a good catch. Good piece of capture as well on Coulter-Nile. England are now 6 for 174.
Looking to go down the pitch and then bang, gets a short one and nails it. But straight to Clint McKay. Didn't have to move. 5 metres either side of McKay, there's probably 4. Or if he hits it high, it would have been 6. He got it down the middle.
Whoa. 5 men saving the single now. 4 back to save the boundary. Watson, there are 6 men up saving the single to Bresman.
It's a big over this. Big over for Shane Watson. As we go this last wicket, see the eyes on him, he's just focused. But he's absolutely smoked that. He's hit it so hard. C-Mac takes a great catch.
Too, Clint McKay. 8 overs, 1 for 24. He's probably just looking at the captain now saying, when do you want me, Skip? When am I on the bowl? Too far away.
He was making a very unusual signal there, wasn't he? He was saying, let's get a helmet, I want a short-legged.
He's vintage here. Slowish pitch, 220 score around that. It's going to go down to the wire.
Decent batting actually from Bopara and probably the right run.
Yeah, no luck there from Bopara, really. He did well, he got it fine. He beats Doherty at short fine leg, that's 4. And that's what he's looking for there. He's looking for a safe-ish way of getting a boundary without going for a big shot. Walked across, flicked it fine, but got it straight to Doherty. Either side of him, it's at least 3, if not 4.
It's safe. That's safe. Just seeing that picture of Michael Clark, it's really...
We want to be in the right spot. Maybe a wide, so there's a 3 ball.
Easy for the batting man. Coulter-Nile to Bresnan. Swings away a pull shot into the gap. Should be 2. He's taking it on. How's the arm? No problems.
It's a similar scorecard to Australia's, really, isn't it? What starts these batsmen, but it's such hard going. Just force the wrong delivery, and there's a catching opportunity.
Last over for Coulter-Nile. Oh, that's out of the middle of the bat. 6! 3, with 3 balls to go. And when you're chasing a runner ball, how good does a 6 feel?
Yeah, it's going to seesaw from here, maybe once or twice before Australia or England win. England still should win from here.
Wicket is what's needed, and that 6 allows Bresnan to be. There's enough ability to come. Might as well get it done while you're out there. Full toss, straight to the man, thankfully, for Coulter-Nile. 1 ball to go. He's been hit for 9 off this over. Bapara, 19 from 33. He too happy with 9 off the over. 5 overs to go, 26 to win.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it.
Around the wicket, Bresnan looking to swing hard, probably. Tomorrow night for the block. And the daunting task is
6 runs and over. And then try and push for a little bit more than that.
Bresnan wants it. A little bit of a stuffer from Bapara at the non-striker's end. So that's the first single from the over. Half
The box, land him into that block hole area.
There's the short version. Where's the rebound gone? Safe.
Well home here. And if he is, going to get the bat down. But can I ask the question why he's gone upstairs to check that? I mean, look where he is when the ball hits.
You can ask the question. Plenty of people are, Michael.
Well, I understand when it's close, you just want to make sure, but he was past the stumps.
His bat was in the air and he plonked it in. This time, right when Australia needs it. 2 in a row they've hit the pens.
The big show steps up. Win required. Those boys are saying, gone. Aussies happy. Maxie knew straight away. As soon as this ball hit, gone. Oh, miles out.
Well, I'm going to ask the question again. He was got an outline meter there, but still they want to check it. It's a breakthrough for Australia just when they need it. So a little bit back in their favour. It's going to be right down to the wire. This is a tight one on Australia Day. 7 for 194.
That's for sure. 4.1 overs to go. 7 down. And England still need 24, and they've only got 25 balls to go. Stuart Broad has a chance to put this season to bed. He's had a rousing reception coming out the bat once again. He's not on strike. It's Bapara. He needs to step up. He plays a glide. It's a run off the first ball since the 7th wicket fell. 7 for 195.
Glenn Maxwell swoops on the ball, lines them up. Off you go. And he would have just turned around quietly and said to his mates, what were they thinking? You don't take on the show. Not in the ring like that. He's just got too much game.
The delight on Michael Clarke's face. He's been really animated tonight, all night in this innings. And the wickets of Cook, Root and Morgan really...
Reaction here from the skipper. He knew straight away. Direct hit there, and she's all over. Modern fielding is just magnificent. Look at the ground Maxwell covers here for a start. How quick he's in, and then have a look. Bang.
Try and force the ball. Another wicket will come.
Oh, good bowling, good bowling. Just hits the man. They get a single out of it though. Pressure everywhere here. McKay with the ball coming out of his hand. What ball is he going to choose? Can he get the line right? If he gets it wrong, there could be 4 byes. With the wicketkeeper up, everyone's push, push, push.
Both can consider themselves a little unlucky there. McKay, that it didn't go to the stumps, and Broad, that it didn't go for 4.
Ball 3. Chatara across in front of his stumps. Happy to play that shot. Broad looking to force a drive down the ground last delivery on Prince. Ball 4. Middleton, yes he does. Splits the gap, finds the run.
Quality straight from Broad. Not able to get the pace on it. He kept it along the ground as well. Tall man. This is very hard to do. Come down. Having waited so long to get it back, pressure's on, and then you smash one through the offside. Good shot.
He gave himself some room to free those hands, and no one's been able to play that all night. That gap has been so tough to get into. Does it well. McKay gets it in at leg stump. Now the inside edge, work to leg, picks up 2.
Big impact already. Stuart Broad.
T20 starts. Alistair Cook going home tomorrow. So Broad has a great chance. He'll take it from here. And Australia take his bowls. The play gets left, right. It's over.
Unscripted drama. That's what one-day cricket is. You just don't know.
Seam up again. It's hit, skidded through, and just taken the off bail. Huge. There's 3 overs to go. Find out what Jordan's got first. Oh, that's a good delivery. Well played. Good bowling again. It is a single. Jordan's pushing for 2. The fielders are at breakneck speed too. There was a fumble. No one was ready to capitalise. 12 from 12. 8 down. To go. Stuart Broad stands, drives, misses. Oh, it flips the top of the bail. It is pressurised cricket. There's a fun swipe that Jordan goes at McKay with. McKay's bowling the 49th. They've pitched one.
I think Batara, he's kept his cool quite well in this situation. It's quite easy to panic and try and go for a big shot too early. He seems to me like he wants to take it down to that last over. Probably identified that Watson will bowl that last over and he wants to be there to try and take his team through to the end.
Again, the pressure extends to the wicketkeeper. A little edge maybe. A little deflection down leg off the pad that you normally would pick up standing back. It's no longer able to be done. McKay's got to bowl straight. Pretty straight. Not sure what happened there, whether it was an edge onto Wade or onto his foot, or was it gloves?
Like a deflection onto Wade's gloves there. A closer look at this one. No, onto his pad. Never a chance to be caught there.
Well, that saved 4. That right pad saved 4 because that was fine enough to probably beat third man, but that delivery, that length, you don't need the wicketkeeper up for. Really need the keeper up. That's only a single 2, just past the man at catching mid-wicket. They're not leaving their crease. I'm not sure whether the keeper needs to be up.
Wicket here changes this whole game completely. 9 from 9. Modern chasing of one-day and T20 cricket, that's no problem. It's the wickets that are the problem, and if Coulter is dismissed and it's left to Jordan and Tredwell, then Australia will think they're going to win.
Coulter deep in his crease. Beaten! That foot lifted. Did it lift or just shuffle? It looked to me similar timing to when Matthew Wade took the bails off. I think there's been an appeal. There's been an appeal, and the umpire's having a look at it. Matthew Wade sensed the batsman's back foot was moving. Was it in the air? Great delivery, great delivery. Again, leg cutter beat the outside edge. If he nicks that just past Wade, it's 4. At the moment, if nothing happens, it's 9 needed from 8 balls.
There's pressure on everyone here. There's pressure on the umpires as well. They can't afford a mistake at this stage, and that's why they're asking the third umpire.
Well, we need the zinger bails to see when it's dislodged. It's rolling out of its groove when the foot's up. Oh, but when did it dislodge?
That's out, I reckon. That is the unluckiest dismissal because it wasn't handled by the keeper at all. But his foot's in the air and the bail comes off. Now has it completely come off? That's what the umpire has got to work out, if the bail is actually dislodged with his foot in the air.
One end of the bail has to be out of its groove to be classed as dislodged. Not both of them. So one's out of its groove. I think it's out. He's only just put the foot down now, and one part of the bail is out of its groove well and truly. This is going to be a remarkable stumping.
Well, it was amazing because Papara looked like he's walking off, and I couldn't work out what he was doing. He obviously knew that his foot was in the air when the bail came off. It is. Look at his foot. Split shot shows you perfectly.
Yep, on the right side of the screen. Left side of the bail is up, and the foot's up too. Oh, beautiful, clean glove work by Matty Wade.
And that's why he's up to the stumps. We were questioning whether he should be up or back.
Oh, I was worried. A little outside edge goes for 4, but they're going to get an incredible slice of luck here. Papara's on 25. He's been the central figure of these late partnerships. We've seen enough evidence to think that's out. Surely the umpire's now convinced. This is a great one, the right side of screen there. The bail is up. So's the foot.
I'm not sure what's the delay here. That's enough. You can see there his foot's in the air. So we'll have a look up at the big screen and see what it says. These gentlemen are waiting. We're waiting. Millions around Australia are waiting. Out! Out! That's unbelievable.
Well, the timing just looked right. Wade stopped the ball first at least, and then the rebound was accurate enough to nail the bail. At the same time, Papara was either shuffling, stumbling, or overbalancing.
Papara knew. He knew. You watch what happens here. The ball comes out of his hand. The keeper's hand I'm talking about. Off comes the bail, and straight away, Papara started walking off. I couldn't work out what he was doing, and he knew.
Eight down becomes 9 down with that. There it is, Brace. She's not happy right from the word go. He hears the rattle. Tredwell doesn't care. He's just got to go for it. Left-hander on strike. Tight field. Ball rushing at him. Leg by. With a smile on his face, he's saying, sorry, buddy, it's going to be you, maybe. Right, change in the field again at this late stage. Wade is coming up again. Helmet's on. They do not want Jordan running at Clint McKay.
I think that was a tactical point from Michael Clark. He waited to the very last minute to bring Matty Wade up to the stumps. Just make Jordan think about it for a little bit more, a little bit longer.
Big gap over mid-wicket. There's a catching man in the ring, though. Get it over, it's 4. Oh, that's good bowling by Clint McKay. He's finished. 3 for 36. 8 off the last over required to win. Hudson gets it in the slot. Tredwell can go there. Offside, all in. He backs away, misses.
Big start. Taking out from 5. Target those stumps from around the wicket.
So down the ground, that man in front of the scoreboard, he's come up into the circle. He goes the other way.
Mid-off's up, so Will Jordan target over mid-off.
Oh, that's a good delivery. Really good delivery. Run out chance. Would have been out. They'll take us into.
Up. Man with the golden arm. Sized it up. He wasn't seeing enough, really, was he? He was almost a side-on throw, so just a bit over one stump to hit. And it was home. Ooh, he wasn't really desperate. Lunge with the bat. Oh, it was a fair way off anyway.
Tell you what, he was just home. There was a ricochet off the stumps, and that went for 4 over.
Yes. That would have been ugly. Big delivery, this. What's Tredwell going to do? Can he get some bat on the ball? It's only been nets for him. Now he's under this pressure. Backs away. Edges it! They've done it! They've done it! Watson's delivered the 50th over beautifully.
Can you believe that? That is extraordinary. They were gone, Australia. When Morgan was batting with Joe Root, they were gone. And somehow they've found a way to win this game of cricket.
Unbelievable, Australia. There's so many key moments in this game. The wicket of Morgan, the umpires just checking the front foot, we've been told. Shane Watson's pretty confident his foot's behind. There were so many key moments. The wicket of Morgan, the run out of Bresnan, the unlucky dismissal of Botara. Such a good game, a low-scoring contest. Here's the front foot. He's fine there, that's going to be out, that's another Australian win.
Oh, Tredwell wanted something through or over that cover field, which was encroaching on him, getting him really close. He wanted to get the middle of the bat or close to it, something on that ball, other than the top edge. The outside edge through to Wade. And the LB shattered. They had a big chance, England. They haven't taken it tonight.
They had to have a batsman in at the end, that was the key. One of their top 6 had to be there batting at the end. They kept losing key wickets. Look at Wade, he counts that straight in.
How do you pick a man of the match in this game? Mackay's got 3
T20s in South Africa as well. The boys are gelling really well, so all looking good for the future and hopefully a good 2014 for us.
Mate, if England had won at the Gabba and it looked it was going that way, it would have been 2-2 running into this one. How close has the series felt?
It's actually been a lot closer than you think. Obviously, you said Brisbane was a bit of a toss of the coin there until Jimmy Faulkner's amazing innings, and today could have gone either way as well. So England have played an amazing series, and we're very happy to be up 4-1 at the end.
Now, I suppose somewhere off in the distance is the World Cup. It'll come around quickly.
Yeah, 12 months away. I think we've got England first game, so hopefully we can come out on top again.
Well, for everyone here and at home, it's a very special Australia Day. Well done.
Very special. See you later, guys.
Good on you. There he is, to Maxwell. Over to you, Nico.
Well, they say that these games are harder to watch than to play in. What do you say, Coach?
Agreed. Yeah, it was tough to watch at the end, but the boys stuck at it, which was really pleasing. And on Australia Day, it's great to have a win.
A lot of laughs going around now. I guess that's because when you learn how to win, that's how you get out of scrapes like that.
That's exactly right. We obviously had to bowl and field better than we batted, so the pleasing thing is we got some sort of total on a wicket that was a bit slow, but the boys bowled nice and straight and fielded really well.
I was going to say simple basics really won you through in the end, some sharp fielding, some sensible bowling under pressure.
Yeah, it did, and obviously had some experience there, and the captain led really well, so pleased for all the boys.
Be quite a party now. I mean, this does sum up what's been a remarkable summer for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a great summer. Obviously, it's really important to have a win in front of a packed house on Australia Day. So, everyone that came along, thank you very much once again, and to all the supporters on TV, it's been a great day.
Have a great night, Buff. Well done. Back upstairs.
Yes, well, the big wickets of Morgan, Root, Bresnan and Butler were talked about. The Australians are very relieved. There's Nugget Reese breaking in some wicket-keeping gloves from Matthew Wade. We're going to take a short break as these Aussies celebrate with great love. We'll have the man of the match, the man of the series, and the 2 captains to speak to on the other side.
edition of the Carlton Mid One-Day Series Trophy. A series in which Australia have won 4-1, but an extremely close series from Game 1 in Melbourne to Game 5 here today in Adelaide.
For that to happen on Australia Day is unbelievable, and I'd like to thank the crowd for coming out firstly. Amazing support all day, so thank you very much.
How do you find bowling at the end? Seems... Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure, as it always is, to introduce to the stage the captain of the England side. Please welcome Mr. Alistair Cook. The captain of England, Alistair Cook. And now last but obviously by no means least, the captain of the Australian cricket team, Mr. Michael Clarke.
Wish the England team all the best for the future. It's not too far away and we'll be playing against them again. To the crowd, once again, what an amazing turnout. I know there's a lot of people back home watching, but the support throughout the whole summer has been amazing, and I really hope that the supporters continue to turn out for the 2020s, you know, Australia versus England.
Victors in the one-day series by 4 games to 1.
Thanks,
That is some relieved and happy cricket team. Boy, will they have a party tonight. You always do after the games that a little squeaks home. Australia got lucky, England got unlucky. But the truth is, Australia have earned their luck throughout this summer. A magnificent performance to back up winning the Ashes by 5-0, to come and win the Carlton Mid ODI series by 4-1. A brilliant performance this evening from the bowlers under pressure at the death, and some impressive captaincy from Michael Clarke when he outthought the England batsmen. We took an extraordinary night here on Australia Day, and it's on Australia Day that Australia are able to celebrate not just beating England tonight, but taking the series. An exceptional performance. All of us had a lot of fun. We hope you did at home too. From us, good night.
Scoreboard.
Maxwell's gone. 50 for George Bailey, well played.
What's bowling?
There's a lovely stroke. Oh, it's out. Yeah, had to be.
Just like that. It's in the air. Got it, Effie. Oh, that's well hit.
Got all of that. 50 for Joe Root. Down he comes. Out he goes.
Would you believe it? Oh, that's out.
Oh, that's out the middle of the bat. 6. This time. Deep in his crease.